Borthakur IAS Academy, an endeavor of excellence.
Borthakur IAS Academy.
Hello everyone, a warm welcome to Borthakur's IAS Academy, Northeast's premier institute for UPSC and APSC preparation. I am here today with another segment of the newspaper analysis from the Assam Tribune dated 3rd April 2021. Along with this, we will also be analyzing some of the other important news. In the description box below, we have provided the link for the e-paper so that you can download it from there. Please like and share this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. So the first news of today is regarding inauguration of the Foreign Office consultation between India and Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast at the French name is Côte d'Ivoire because it was a French colony before. India has always shared cordial and friendly relation with the Ivory Coast, and the Indian embassy was established in Abidjan there in the year 1979, and Ivory Coast opened its resident mission in New Delhi in the year 2004. Agor parai India and Ivory Coast, they share a very deep friendship regarding their common shared visions on the matters of diplomacy, democracy, okay, and they also have shared interest on sustainable development, climate change, international terrorism. Ebilakor khetrot agor parai India relations, they have good bilateral relation, and even in this particular consultation in Abidjan at the Ivory Coast, they acknowledged the strong bilateral relations which already exists, and they also committed to work on further strengthening their shared visions and principles on the democracy. আৰু কিছুমান কি সেক্টৰছ য'ত তেওঁলোকে নিজৰ যেটো ৰিলেশ্যন হয় হেতু বুষ্ট কৰিব বুলি কৈছে ইণ্ডিয়া আৰু আইভৰি কোষ্টৰ মাজত. those sectors includes trade and investment, security, healthcare, pharmaceutical, because during the COVID-19 period India has always provided helping hands to the neighboring countries and also to other developing countries, and this one Ivory Coast is one such nation, and they have also agreed to finalize on the memorandum of understanding on bilateral investment agreement. So the next news is regarding the electoral bonds scheme. A ongoing to state elections hoy a particular elections to সময়তে এখন petition file করা হয়েছিল in the Supreme Court by the Association of Democratic Reforms, and this petition sought the stay order on the electoral bonds. Now what are these electoral bonds? These bonds are a type of financial instrument, and how they are used? It is used to make donation to the political parties. Elections or time on ami dekhise je how so many political parties, they have so many candidates, okay, their candidates are holding meetings, they are going for campaigns, they are interacting with the masses, and it is quite evident that a particular process to a huge amount of money teolokor lage dorkar hoy khoros hoy, right? And jeneke the right to vote is considered as our fundamental right. Similarly, we have the right to know where from the political parties jor member of jar candidates of ami amar representative hisabe choose korisu, how they are managing their money. Enikoto nohoy je teoloke nijor poisa ba nijor personal poisa use kore tate, right? So a electoral bond scheme jitu hoy, this is a financial instrument which is used for making donation to the political parties, and these donations are used in all this type of election related works, okay? Campaigning on poisa lage, right? Eta damor rally eta jodi organize kora hoy, then it needs money, they will need money, right? So aru yar ei jitu bond hoy, it issues money in multiples of 1000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh and 1 crore without any maximum limit. Pune issue kora hoy a electoral bonds book pune issue kore, it is issued and encashed by the State Bank of India, and these bonds are also redeemable, regainable, okay, in the designated account of a registered political party, right? Obviously poisa to jetia donate kora hoy in the name of political party, then it will be gained, it will be taken in the name of a registered political party itself, right? কিন্তু এই পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ পেটিশ্যনটোৱে কেইটামান পইণ্টছ উলিয়াই দেখাইছে ৰিগাৰ্ডিং দ্য মিছ ইউজ অফ দিছ ইলেক্টৰেল বণ্ডছ ডিউৰিং দ্য ইলেকশ্যন পিৰিয়ড আৰু সেইকাৰণে এই পেটিশ্যনখন ফাইল কৰা হৈছিলে টু seek a stay on the electoral bonds. Okay, now ER misuse কেটা হৈছে anonymity কাৰণ ইয়াতে the donor as well as the political party কোনো obligation নাই to reveal the name and also to reveal the source from where the donation is coming. So money misuse হ'ব পাৰে, right? And there is also a asymmetry of information কাৰণ মই আগতে মেনশ্যন কৰিছোঁ যে ইয়াৰ ইস্যু কৰাৰ পাৱাৰটো আছে কাৰ তাত SBI ৰ হাতত, which is what it is a central PSU. So the government is in a position, likely in a position to know the donor, right? And this this balance of information, it threatens the scheme to go towards the favor of the political party which is in rule at that particular time, right? The ruling political party can take unnecessary advantage of this information, right? Aru tar upor pora ahi gol je the control over usage. Okay, ইয়াৰ কোনবা ধৰণৰ কন্ট্ৰোল আছে নে নাই, who is using, how these donations are being used by the political parties, কেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কামত ইউজ হৈছে, সেই কামখিনি কনষ্ট্ৰাক্টিভ হয় নে নহয়, whether those donations which are collected, it is used for the betterment of people. কাৰণ ইলেকশ্যনৰ টাইমত ইমান বেছি হিচাপ ৰাখিব পৰা নাযায় যে কোনটো পাৰ্টিয়ে ক'ত কি কেনেকৈ খৰচ কৰি আছে আৰু সেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কোনো ৰিপৰ্টো নাই, ৰাইট? সেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কোনো ৰিপৰ্টো ছাবমিট কৰিবলগীয়া নহয়. চ' বিকজ অফ দেট এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ পইণ্টছ কিছুমান উলিয়াই পেলাই সুপ্ৰিম কোৰ্টৰ আগত আমাৰ এই যিটো এছ'চিয়েশ্যন অফ ডেম'ক্ৰেটিক ৰিফৰ্মছ হয় তেওঁলোকে এটা পেটিশ্যন ফাইল কৰিছিলে আৰু তাৰ লগতে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে নিজৰ ডিফেন্সতো কিছুমান পইণ্টছ ইয়াতে কৈছে দেট ইনক্লুডছ দেট কণ্ডিশ্যনছ ফৰ ইলেক্টৰেল ভোটছ. অ'কে, সব পাৰ্টিয়ে এই মানে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে কৈছে যে সব পলিটিকেল পাৰ্টিয়ে এই পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ ডোনেশ্যন নাপায়. অনলি দ্য পাৰ্টিজ which are registered under the Representation of People Act, only they receive this particular donation. Okay, and tato eta condition ase je they should not have secured less than 1% of the votes polled in the previous election. আগৰ ইলেকশ্যন টোৰ লগতো ৰিলেশ্যন থাকিহে এই পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ যিটো পাৰ্টি চিলেকশ্যন হয়, এই মানে এই পাৰ্টিজখিনিৰ ৰেজিষ্ট্ৰেশ্যন হয়, সেইটো আগৰ ইলেকশ্যনৰ ৰেকৰ্ড এটা ৰাখিহে চোৱা যায়. দিছ ইজ দ্য ফাৰ্ষ্ট পইণ্ট. ছেকেণ্ড যিটো পইণ্ট কোৱা হৈছে, ইট ইজ ৰিগাৰ্ডিং টেকলিং অফ দ্য ব্লেক মানি ইন পলিটিক্স. এই ইলেক্টৰেল বণ্ড স্কিমটোৱে ইট প্ৰমোটছ হোৱাইট মানি, right? Because it insists on check and digital paper trials of transaction. যেহেতু বেংকৰ থ্ৰুদি এইটো ট্ৰানজেকশ্যনটো চলে, অ'কে, বেংকে ইস্যু কৰে, চ' অবভিয়াছলি দেৰ হেজ টু বি চাম ৰিটেন প্ৰুফ, ৰাইট, এভিডেঞ্চ, আৰু সেইটোৱে চেক আৰু ডিজিটেল পেপাৰ্ছৰ থ্ৰুদিহে এই ট্ৰানজেকশ্যনছবোৰ হয়. চ' দিছ মাইট ৰিডিউচ দ্য প্ৰব্লেম অফ ব্লেক মানি ইন পলিটিক্স. And third and last important point যেটো কৈছে, it is that the Election Commission of India, right, elections for organize koribor karone, the Election Commission of India, it is not opposing the election bond scheme, electoral bonds scheme, right? They are only concerned and they have only urged the court to know about the aspect of anonymity, right? Election Commission of India ki korise, it has urged the court not to stay the bonds and said that the scheme is one step forward compared to the old cash funding, which was unaccountable. Cash funding ot ki hoy, there is no records, who is giving what amount of money, it is not never under record, so nobody knows kiman paisa use hoise, kiman paisa donation hoise, kiman black money ahise, enko dhoroner kono hisab na thake. So the Election Commission, it has not opposed this electoral bond scheme, rather they have only raised their concern regarding the aspect of anonymity. Naam to gom pato dorkari je who is donating and to which political party these donations are made. So this was the only concern of Election Commission. So ei karone government e nijor defense or jehetu stay order ekhon আনাৰ কাৰণে পেটিশ্যন এটা দিয়া হৈছিলে ইন দ্য ইলেক্টৰেল বণ্ড. চ' সেইকাৰণে গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে এই তিনিটা কণ্ডিশ্যন দেখুৱাই পেলাই ডিফেন্স কৰিছে দ্য ষ্টে অৰ্ডাৰ ইন দ্য ইলেক্টৰেল বণ্ডছ স্কিম. So the next news is a famous news, and this was also discussed in one of our previous analysis. Okay, so it's regarding the one of the world's biggest underwater neutrino telescopes, which is called the Baikal GVD, that is Gigaton Volume Detector. This particular telescope is one of the largest neutrino detectors, which is going to detect neutrinos, and ami sam what neutrinos are, okay, how it is going to help the society, how it is going to serve the society. Ami ei gotei khini oloban briefly discuss korim, but before that let us have a look at the Lake Baikal. So this Lake Baikal, it is situated in Russia, southern Siberia, okay. This is a Rift Valley lake. Rift Valley mane hoise a gap or a space, and Rift Valley geologically it means any structure which is formed because of the tectonic plates moving apart, right? Aru yate Rift Valley lake mane hoise eniko dhoroner lake jitu form hoise, jar origin formation hoise because of the tectonic plates moving apart, and he gap to thodi a lake tour formation hoise, and that is why this is known as a Rift Valley lake. Along with it, it is one of the deepest lake in the world and has a depth of 1637 meters. It is the deepest lake and also the world's largest freshwater lake by volume. This lake, Lake Baikal, is also considered to be the second longest lake, and it has been declared as a World Heritage Site, UNESCO World Heritage Site in the year 1996. Coming back to the telescope named Baikal GVD, that is a gigaton volume detector. This particular telescope will be used for detection of neutrinos, okay. And what are neutrinos? Neutrinos are the smallest particles which are currently known. These are the second most abundant particles after photons. Photons are the particles of light, right? And these neutrinos, they are nearly massless subatomic particles. One important point is that why this particular telescope is launched in the waters of Lake Baikal. Water has been chosen as a medium because they can be detected in water or ice as they leave a flash of light or a line of bubbles when they interact. And this informations which will be gathered, okay, this might this might help in knowing the source of neutrinos, whether they come from the Earth's core or they are produced during the nuclear reactions in the sun. The next news is regarding upgradation of the Kargil-Zanskar road. A to Kargil-Zanskar road hoy, it was declared as a national highway in the year 2017. Aru, this connects the Zanskar Valley with the Sanko and Suru Valley of Kargil, Ladakh with the highway. And this particular road, this upgradation will be a key determining factor in the economic development of the remote regions of Ladakh. And our Union Minister for Road Transport and Highway, he has approved a 780 crore rupees project for the upgradation of the same. Moving ahead, let us have a look at the capsule news for today. These news can be important from the prelims perspective. Okay, so the first news is Exercise Shantir Agrosena 2021. This is a multinational military exercise in Bangladesh. Okay, it will be held at Bangladesh to commemorate the birth centenary of the father of the nation for Bangladesh, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. He is also fondly known as Bangabandhu. Okay, and the participating nations will be USA, UK, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Singapore, along with India. The next capsule news for today is popularizing the legacy of long forgotten Tomar king Anangapal II. Anangapal II is popularly known as Anangapal Tomar, who belongs to the Tomar dynasty. Now here the government has recently framed a committee to popularize him. Okay, he was a 11th century ruler, and he was and also to establish him as the founder of Delhi, because he was the founder of Dhilikapuri, which eventually became Delhi. And this evidence of him being the founder of Delhi is inscribed in the iron pillar of Masjid Quwwatul Islam, which is adjacent to the Qutub Minar. And there are also multiple coins and inscriptions of Anangapal Tomar as the ruler of present day Delhi and Haryana in between the 8th and the 12th century. And he was succeeded by his grandson Prithviraj Chauhan. The Delhi Sultanate, it was established in the year 1192 after Prithviraj Chauhan's defeat in the Battle of Tarin, which is present in the present day Haryana. So now let us have a look at the questions for today. Question number 1, where is the Lake Baikal situated? Question number 2, which of the following was one of the factors for establishment of Delhi Sultanate in 1192? Number 1, Battle of Tarim. Number 2, Battle of Kili. Number 3, Battle of Amroha. And number 4, the first Battle of Panipat. So the first 2 questions were prelims based questions. Now the other 3 questions, these will be long answer type questions. So third question, with the coronavirus creating havoc globally, the education sector is under tremendous pressure. However, this is a major opportunity for technology-based education organizations and online education in India. Comment. Number 4, the world's chemical weapons watchdog explicitly blamed Syria for toxic attacks in the country. Discuss. And the last question for today, question number 5, as the ocean warms, marine species are relocating towards the poles. Comment. So this was all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and share, and also don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I'll see you again tomorrow with another session of the newspaper analysis only at Bort Thakur IAS Academy, Northeast's premier institute for UPSC and APSC preparation. Till then, take care and keep learning. Bye-bye.
Bort Thakur IAS Academy প্ৰস্তুতি আৰু অধ্যয়নৰ নিৰ্ভৰযোগ্য ঠিকনা
বৰঠাকুৰ IAS Academy